So guys, we are going to continue the series of tutorial with respect to Git and GitHub. In our previous video, we have seen how to install Git CLI, and then we did it for Windows. You can similarly do it for Mac or Linux. And then we did the global configuration setup with your username and email address that we did it. You can also use some color UI if you really want to use to see that how the untracked files will probably look or modified files will basically look. They'll just add some coloring theme so that you can actually clearly see in the command prompt. Then we did git init. We also tried to see how to clone a URL. And now we are going to, with respect to Git status also, we checked it out. We also saw how to add files for your next commit basically in the staging part. Now you're going to see some commands like git reset, git difference staged. And obviously we have also seen commit and all, right? Along with this, if you just follow this entire chit sheet along with that, you'll be able to understand everything. Okay. So after that, we'll also see some branching strategies because see, in a team, many people will be working, many developers will be working. And whenever a story is assigned to you, right, what you will actually do is that you'll take a main branch and you'll probably create a new branch from that. And that branch will be having the copy of the main branch itself, because all the code will be actually present over there. Then you do the coding, then you commit it into that particular branch and you merge that branch with that specific main branch, right? So all those things we'll try to do it now. Now, this was my command prompt. Right now, you can see that if I go and write git status. So what does git status basically do is that it shows modified files. Right now, I don't have any modified files right over here. So I'll go to this folder. I will create a new document. Okay. And once I create it, here you will be able to see git status. And obviously in this particular status, you can see that there is one untracked file which is called as new document 3.txt, right? So over here to make it sure that like we are tracking this, we really need to use what command? That is nothing but git add command, right? Git add file. So here you can see add a file as it looks now to your next commit. So that basically means we are basically moving it to the staging. So that is the reason why we have to basically use git add. So here I'm going to use git add. I'm not going to give the file name again and again. I'll just use dot because I just have only one file over there. Dot will make sure that all the files are basically getting added. Now I'll clear the screen and probably now go ahead and see git status. Obviously one file I can actually see over here. Okay. Now let's see what is git reset. Okay. Here, one more option that you have is something called as Git Restore. Okay, so if I write Git Restore and if I write -- staged and the file name, so the file name is new text document and that file name is 3. Now, if I enter this is going to unstage this. Okay, so let's see now if I go and see Git status, here you'll be able to see now it is an untracked files. Okay, so this is what you can basically use Git Restore. -- stage with the file name. One more way is that you can directly use reset also. So here I'm just going to clear my screen, or let me just add the file name, and then I'm going to clear the screen. Now if I probably see git status, right here you'll be able to see that all the files this particular file has been tracked and it has been committed to the staging environment, right? Still you can say that this needs to be committed to the staging, right? That's this entire commits. You can just say that, okay, we have done one step ahead and now we are going to move this into staging. Okay. Now let's see, there is also one thing called as git reset. So if I probably write git reset along with my file name, right? So I can also use file name over here. You can see this file, right? So file name basically means here I'll be using new text document 3.txt, right? So this is my new file name. So if I do this reset, and now if I probably see the git status, so it will do almost the same task what we did with the restore. Okay. So I hope everybody has understood about what is reset. Okay. Now let me do one thing. Let me add this file again. Okay. And then if I probably do git status, here you'll be able to see that, okay, fine, these changes to be committed are there. And this is the file that I really want to move it to the staging part right now. Now there is also something called as git diff and git diff staged. Okay. Now see what will happen if I write git diff staged. Okay. So this basically will show me, like if you probably see the description difference of what is changed but not staged, right? Right now the real staging will only happen when this added file will be committed to that particular staging environment, right? So how do we do that? For that, we basically have to write git commit -m along with some message, right? When I do this, then what will happen, this particular new file, you'll be able to see it will be moved to the staging environment. Now, right now, we are just seeing what is the differences that is there and what is the file that are just added but not committed to the stage. So that is what you see over here. Now, finally, what I will do is that if I'm sure about this particular commit, I will move this file to my staging environment so that it can be pushed to the GitHub repository. So here I'm going to write git commit -m. So let's say this is my new document commit. Okay, I'm just going to give some message and I'll press enter. Okay, now if I clear the screen and if I execute the same thing here, now you will be able to see nothing is there, right? That basically means everything is moved to the staging environment, which is basically my current local staging environment. I already told you that it is just like a playground. Whichever needs to be committed to the main repository, first of all I'll push it over there, and then I'll first of all commit it over there and then push it to the GitHub main repository, right? Now, if I also see Git status, nothing is there. Your branch is ahead of origin main by 1 commit. That basically means it is now checking the main branch over there and it is saying that, okay, you are just ahead in your local repository by 1 commit. Now I'm going to push this entire commit over there. So in order to do that, I'll write git push origin to the main branch, right? Because that is the main branch. So once I execute this, now if I probably go and see over here, one more file called as new text document 3 will get created. Okay, so here you can see, and this was the recent commit that we did with respect to this, all the changes. This was the new file that got added. I did not write anything in the file, but that is fine. Okay, now again, let's go back. We have completed all these things. Now this was regarding stage and snapshot. Stage and snapshot basically means that after we commit, right, something like when we write this particular command, which is like git commit, right? Git commit. This is basically going to take a commit snapshot, put it into the staging part, and that staging part, that entire package will be moved towards the main GitHub repository. Okay. Now let's go ahead and understand about the branching strategy. Okay. So branch and merge. First of all, if I just go and execute git branch, okay. So here you can basically see that I have a main branch. What if I want to create a new branch in my local repository? Now, in order to create a new branch in my local repository, I'll go over here. I just have to write git branch name. Now, why this is specifically used? Now, understand. Let's say that I have been assigned a new story to work with, right? So what I'll do is that first of all, my entire code repository is in the main branch. So I'll take a copy of it. While taking a copy of it, I'm just going to cut a branch from that. Okay. So from the main branch, I'll just cut a branch. Now here you can see this. If I write git branch name, let's say this will be my developer branch name. And if I execute it, now if I probably see what is the git branch that I'm working in, now we are basically working in main branch, right? But I have actually created a developer branch. Now, if I want to move to the developer branch and work in this developer branch, so what I can do, I can basically write git checkout, and here I will basically go to my developer branch. So here you can see that it is switched to the developer branch. Now, if I probably see git branch, here you'll be able to see that I'm in the developer branch. Now this is fine. Okay. Now, whatever work you do over here, whatever commit you do over here, it will basically go to the developer branch. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'll again go and create a new text document. Now my new text document is created. Now what I'm actually going to do, I'll go to write git status. Here you can see that on the branch developer, it has the main copy of the main branch, right? And obviously all the files will also be here. But now I have created a new file. Now I have to make sure that this file gets added into the branch developer, right? Developer branch in short. So here I'm going to again do git add, and then I will be saying git commit -m so that I move this commit snapshot to the staging environment. So let's say this is the new story I am working as a developer. Okay. I'm just writing my comment. Okay. Please don't worry about the spelling and all. Okay. So I'll execute it. Now what will happen? This entire changes will be going to the developer branch, right? So if I probably go and see the git status, now it is basically in the developer staging environment. Now let's go ahead. Now this we have already learned. If you say git checkout with that specific branch name, you'll be able to get the checkout. Okay. Now this is super important. Git merge. Let's say that my work is done. Now I want to merge this entire commit to my main branch in the local repository itself, right? So what I'm actually going to do, so I will say, first of all, I will check out to the main branch. Okay. So right now, if you go and see git branch, Okay, so here you will be able to see I'm in the main branch. Okay, now what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to say git merge with this specific branch. So it says that merge the specified branch history into the current one. So I will write git merge with my branch name called as developer. So once I execute this, you can see the new text document found, one file changed, this is there. Now if I probably go and see the git status, here you'll be able to see that your branch is ahead of origin main by one commit. Now what you can do, you can also make sure that you write git push, okay, git push from origin to main. So once I execute this, now this new file will be pushed to the main branch. Now if I go over here and probably see in Git tutorials, you'll also be able to see the fourth file. And these are all my commits that I have actually done. This is the new story I was working as a developer. Okay, this is super easy. But there is one more thing that we need to find out, and probably we have also collected this, right? Git merge branch. Now we'll also understand about Git logs. Now what will Git log basically say? Okay, let me clean the screen. If I write git log, here you'll be able to see all the commits from the previous logs that we have done. This is my second commit, third commit, formal commit. I think the latest 5 commits it will be able to say. So I'll just press Q from there. Now what I'm going to write, I'll say git log minus P. Let's say I want just my the last 3 commit. So here I will be using minus P minus 3. Minus 3 will just say you the last 3 commits. So this is the new document commit. Here you can say this is the new story I'm working. So all the information of the commits also you'll be able to see from the logs. Now whenever you get this scenario, just press Q, you'll be able to come out. Okay, so yes, in this video we have committed I have explained you about all these things, differences, stage, commit, this, okay, merge, branch and all. Okay, now what we are also going to do with respect to this, whenever we create a new branch, right, we also need to make sure that we commit that entire, or we push that entire code from that branch to our main repository. Okay, and that I will try to show you in the next video, and we are also going to see all these things, because once we commit from our our local repository to our branches in the main repository, let's say that over here I've created a branch, and then from that particular branch I've done the coding, and I push that entire code to that specific branch code in the GitHub main repository, because right now I just have one branch only, right? I don't have 2 branches, but it is always a good idea that I should be able to push as another branch, and later on we can do a pull request, and we can merge this both the branches also. So that is what we are going to see in the next video. And apart from that, we are also going to see all these things, all these steps, which will be super important. So yes, this was it for this particular video. In short, we have spoken about stage and snapshot, and then we have also spoken about branch and merge. So in the next video, we are going to continue the discussion with respect to this. So yes, I'll see you all in the next video. Thank you.